Good morning, guys. Just a little video update on where I'm at with this carving. It is a beautiful morning here in Costa Rica. The birds are going nuts as per normal. And right now I am working on this second infinity stand. You guys might remember the first one I did. That was out of this chunk of wood right here. Quite a bit bigger than the one I'm currently working on. This was a softer wood and turned out really nice. For this stand though, I wanted to use a hardwood like eucalyptus, which is what this is. And I was curious if I could carve or do the same carving but smaller, as far as smaller diameter. So this is where I'm at so far. And if you guys can see it, I've got the little holes on each side there, carved at that point. But at this point I'm fairly jammed up as far as the thickness of the blade, and running out of space, because like with this piece right here, this goes under that and comes out here, while at the same time I've got to make this one go under here, come out here. So to give myself more room to work, my next goal, if you can see by the pencil marks, I'm going to trim this down. Trim the side here and here, and on both sides of this. This is already kind of pretty much trimmed, and get a more uniform width. You guys might be able to tell that there's a little bit of glue residue, wood glue residue right here. That is from right from here to here. Had a fairly decent crack, deep crack all the way down, and I didn't want to take the chance of having this piece split on me, so I filled that full of wood glue. I think that should hold just fine. But yeah, so I'm going to take one piece at a time, trim it down. You can see it over on this side here. Trim down the sides, and that should give me a lot more space to start separating the 3 different posts. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Well, it works. I just got through separating all the parts, which was very tricky, but worked out just fantastic. And so now that I have all 3 parts separated, I'm going to smooth this a little bit, and at least the best I can. Here's the rainbow eucalyptus, that the same limb that I carved this piece out of, same diameter. It's right between 1 3/4 and 2 inch. It's less than 2 inch, more than 1 3/4 diameter. And the only tool I've used is the Woodsman. to carve this stand out. At this point, I've got it carved down about as smooth as I can, and it is time to hit the sandpaper. So I'll start off with a pretty rough grip, start sanding all the little parts down, smoothing everything out, and after that, do a little bit more carving. All right, the stand is sanded down. Really happy with how this is turning out, guys. Nice and smooth. Just use some 80 grit for this. And there's only one other thing that I want to get accomplished with this stand before I seal it in probably boiled linseed oil. And here is, put this down here. This is what I'm wanting to carve on the stand. We have cross and the fish symbol, alpha, omega. We have a fire symbol and a dove. Since all three pieces are out of one piece, but all three are separate, I think this is a pretty good representation of the Trinity. So I've drawn these to scale, and like here, I'll draw or carve the cross in here, and then on its other half at this end, I'll put the fish symbol. Same for alpha and omega, and then fire and dove. There's enough space right there where I should be able to carve those into place. And if that works, then the last thing will be seal it with some boiled linseed oil. Apparently that goes really good with this rainbow eucalyptus. And again, the only thing used so far is the woodsman and sandpaper, and I'll use the woodsman to carve these into place. And depending on how the carving goes, I'm not sure yet. I'm either going to inlay the carving, possibly with coffee and super glue, or I will accentuate the coloring by using a wood burner. One of the two. I'm not quite sure yet. But next step, cut each one of these little pieces out, tape them where they belong, and using the very, very tip of the woodsman, carve the design in place. Let's get to it. So have alpha, the fish symbol, and the dove. Up here we have omega, the cross, and fire. I think I'm going to use the wood burner because I'm not positive on how well the eucalyptus is going to show up just by carving around it. And if I get the wood burner good and hot, that should make a nice distinctive mark. So I'm going to go plug the wood burner in. Just got through turning the wood burner off, and I think I made the right call on that. There's alpha, omega, fish symbol, the cross, dove, and fire, all on the little stand there. Guys, only one thing left to do. Go get some boiled linseed oil and seal everything up. Well, unfortunately, I could not get boiled linseed oil. However, I did get a spray acrylic, and I think it did great. Everything's nice and dry, and I think all of the symbols showed up well. I am super happy with this, guys. So, what we have is, out of one limb, rainbow eucalyptus. We have the stand, which is 3 separate pieces. This piece holds this piece, which holds this piece. All one, but 3 separate. On this one, you have the alpha, and on the opposite side, omega. The fish symbol, cross, the dove, which I was very nervous about doing, and the flame. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. All carved with the woodsman, sandpaper, a wood burner, and a little bit of acrylic. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay safe, take care, and God bless.